So a serious warning is hanging over cryptos, including Dogecoin, as a massive scam has recently been exposed, and it involves Mark Zuckerberg's company Meta. From this Meta scam to other latest crypto news, this video has the best dose of information for you. So let's begin. So according to a statement released recently, the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission has sued Meta platforms, saying that they engaged in false, misleading, or deceptive conduct by distributing scam adverts portraying famous Australian public personalities. The Commission claims that the advertising, which marketed crypto or money-making schemes, misled Facebook users into believing that the advertised schemes were linked to well-known personalities featured in the ads. The schemes were all frauds, and none of the persons portrayed in the ads had ever approved or sponsored them. Now, I will share the other side of the story too. So Meta has said that any adverts that cheat individuals of money or mislead users are against the company's standards, and that the company uses technology to detect and ban such posts. Meta also indicated that it had so far cooperated with the Commission's investigation into the matter. The social media behemoth said it will assess the latest filing and intend to fight the case. But the opposite party has a different opinion. According to the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, the adverts contain photos of notable Australian business leaders, television personalities, and politicians, as well as links to bogus media stories, including statements attributed to the celebrities. Scammers allegedly contacted customers who had joined up to persuade them to invest in bogus schemes. I think it's quite dreadful news not only for holders of Doge, Bitcoin, and others. People already have concerns about investing in crypto, and this scam is literally the last nail in the coffin. So let's briefly talk about this scam's overall implication and effects on the crypto market. To begin with, it is predicted that many governments will be wary of cryptos. However, this does not suggest that they will outright ban them. Cryptos like Doge and Bitcoin have established their usefulness over time, so I don't see that occurring. So, rather than banning cryptos, all of these governments may create regulations to regulate the crypto industry and minimize all of these fraudulent actions to safeguard investors' interests. A recent example of it is that U.S. President Joe Biden recently signed an executive order on cryptos. We know that this executive order has been quite supportive of cryptos, as it attempts to safeguard investors' interests and mitigate the dangers associated with the cryptos market. Overall, I acknowledge that this latest Meta scam is a big problem, but there is no need to fear, as things will improve with time. Let's talk about another bad news for cryptos. So U.S. Senator and 2020 presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren has filed a measure in the Senate that will prohibit crypto businesses from doing business with sanctioned groups during the continuing war in Ukraine. The law aims to give the U.S. president the ability to add foreign-based crypto businesses to the sanctions list if they try to help blacklisted entities avoid sanctions. The law comes amid considerable fears among U.S. officials that Russian oligarchs may use Bitcoin and other cryptos to dodge sanctions. In my opinion, it is pretty bad news for cryptos, since it may spread a lot of fear and uncertainty among crypto investors. However, the good thing is that many analysts believe that Russia is actually not using cryptos to bypass these sanctions. So industry experts told U.S. lawmakers that there is no evidence that Russia's government or President Vladimir Putin is utilizing cryptos to avoid sanctions imposed as a result of the country's war with Ukraine. Jonathan Levin, Chief Strategy Officer at Chainalysis, recently told the Senate Banking Committee that we have not seen any evidence of Russia or Putin systematically using cryptos to evade sanctions at the moment. Also, Michael Mosier, a deputy director at U.S. enforcement agency FinCEN, told lawmakers that you can't flip a switch overnight and run a G20 economy on cryptos. So what we are seeing right now is that there is nothing the investors need to worry about, as there is no misuse of cryptos. Now, enough of the bad news, let's talk about good news for cryptos. So we are now seeing that the alt season has been anticipated by many in the crypto industry. Several signs have pointed to positive aspects for an upcoming alt run. As a result, as the sector endures the trials hurled at it, hope has grown. Consequently, business investors and merchants have rolled up their sleeves in preparation for possible crypto purchases. This draws buyers in town who are planning a crypto purchasing frenzy ahead of a probable 60% altcoin surge. So this is indeed positive news, as there are now more and more signs that an altcoin season is on cards. Now, there is another confirmation of this upcoming altcoin season. So as per data from Santiment, a comparison of crypto's top assets by market cap reveals that Bitcoin, XRP Network, and Binance Coin are showing signs of traders expecting price rises. Meanwhile, Polkadot is one of the few top caps where trader sentiment is more negative than usual. According to the comparative data, trader sentiment for Bitcoin and coins connected with Ripple and the Binance exchange has recently been growing above all other cryptos on the market. And with that being said, let's come to Dogecoin for a minute. So after having a good run the other day, Doge is now moving above the 12 cents price level. We can see here that it has made some bullish moves recently. For example, it is now trading above its 20-day simple moving average, which is a very positive sign. Moreover, its MACD level is also sitting on the bullish sign, which means that the overall sentiment is pretty bullish for it. Now, let's talk about Shiba Inu. So after a $745 million SHIB burn, its burn rate jumps above 6,700%. A Shiba Inu-related business called Eat Shiba, which posted a transaction on the Ethereum blockchain revealing they destroyed little over 400 million tokens, accounted for a major portion of the token burn. Similarly, data from another SHIB community-related initiative revealed that they had burnt 300 million Shiba Inu tokens in the last few days. I think it's great news for SHIB investors since the coin's demand and worth are increasing drastically. Now, there is another good news for Shiba Inu holders. So according to a recent tweet, the Middle East crypto exchange Rain is contemplating offering the Shiba Inu trading services. Rain Financial, the trading platform's operator, raised $110 million in a Series B fundraising round. A crypto-focused investment business located in San Francisco, Paradigm, oversaw the funding effort. The new cash will be used to enhance the exchange's footprint in Pakistan and Turkey. So this is good news for SHIB as more and more investors can now get exposure to it. And now, let's come to Cardano. So we are now seeing that Cardano is still in the top 5 quickest developed assets in the previous 30 days. Santiment indicates that Uniswap, Solana, and Cardano have been the most active in terms of development during the previous 30 days. Cardano took third place in 30-day development activity with 386 significant GitHub uploads each day from its developers. Uniswap continues to be the most rapidly developed project on the market, with 1,070 GitHub uploads every day, while Solana is in second position. Now another thing to note here is that Cardano supporters expect it will surpass $5 this year. So Cardano community members recently polled market participants on whether they believe it would hit $5 this year. The community's perspective displays strong divisiveness based on the mentioned votes in the thread. Those in the community who believe the goal can be reached cite a variety of reasons for their optimism. The advent of Hydra, Cardano's Layer 2 scaling solution, according to one community member, will propel the price of Cardano to the milestone. And now, let's talk about some positive news for the Metaverse Cryptos. So famous celebrity Rihanna now wants to rule Web3, counting on her brand to become established in the Metaverse. Despite the fact that she hasn't spoken much that which platform will she invest in, it's safe to assume that Decentraland is one of the most appealing possibilities for artists looking to enter the Metaverse, since it's where a variety of musical and athletic events have taken place. Indeed, Decentraland will host the first fashion week dedicated to all things Web3 in March. Overall, it's amazing news for the crypto world, especially Decentraland's native crypto Mana. And talking about Mana, its price went green recently, marking a 3.6% intraday gain. The bullish candle retests the falling wedge pattern's resistance trendline, trying a bullish breakthrough. The purchasers, on the other hand, would encounter a barrage of opposition along the way, all aimed at limiting the potential. However, it is now expected that Mana is going to make some bullish moves in the coming days. Moving on, according to recent trademark applications from the financial behemoth American Express, the corporation is seeking to enter the Metaverse and NFT market. A total of 7 trademark registrations have been filed by the global corporation, all of which are linked to Metaverse and NFTs. I think it's great news for Meta Cryptos, since it brings more and more investments and ultimately more profit for holders. But the list doesn't stop here. As part of a recently announced collaboration with the virtual world platform, HSBC has acquired a parcel of virtual land in the SandBox metaverse. The partnership's financial and other facts were kept under wraps. So this is positive news for SandBox's native crypto Sand. Meanwhile, the SandBox and HSBC collaboration has already soared the price of sand. The project's native token sand soared in the recent session as a result of the announcement, jumping over 9% and pushing away from its previous support level. Sand touched an intraday high of $3, its highest level since March 9, after rallying off $2.6 support. And now, let's talk about some of the best-performing small-cap altcoins that you need to keep an eye on. So recently, as the stock market has plummeted, an unusual winner has emerged from the chaos. So we are now seeing that Waves has gained 56% in the previous 2 weeks alone. The profits from this digital asset pulled the remainder of the small-cap index higher, putting it in the black when the rest of the market was losing money. Meanwhile, we are seeing that WAX, a modified Metaverse crypto, is now getting a lot of traction. Similarly, Seek VR, another Metaverse Cryptos, is now alluring a lot of investors. Seek VR stands out from other VR ventures because of its collaborations with celebrities such as Demi Lovato and Lady Gaga. And then there is Chromia, another underappreciated blockchain comparable to WAX. Chromia focuses on developers and enables them to construct Metaverse-based apps much more quickly than typical Layer 1 chains like BNB or Ethereum. So these are some of the best-performing low-market cap Metaverse cryptos that I think you need to keep an eye on. And that's it for today's video. If you liked our content, please leave a comment in the comment section below.